it's now time to look at the headlines on the front pages of the Nigerian newspapers. And the first with me is the Nation newspaper with the headline, Waiver, food importers must sell 75% at approved markets. And the writer reads, imported items can't be exported. Customs releases guidelines on stopgap measure. Probe call for military takeover. Afenifere MNR urge federal government. ACF condemns looting during protests. Security needs 350 million rounds of ammunition yearly, says minister. Above the masthead, El Rufai's ally, Jimmy Lawal, detained by ICPC over 11 billion naira probe. I received 21 million naira as running cost, says Senator. Pay controversy deepens. Federal government to hire 3,500 teachers for unity colleges. Disciplinary panel delists 4 lawyers for misconduct. And on the bottom strip, NSA warns against disruption of Edo-Ondo governorship elections. You see that on page 6. Next is the Punch newspaper. Food crisis. Military deploys troops in northwest, north central farms. Farmers associations, Lord Tinubu, say move will boost harvest, tackle food insecurity. Deployment will grant farmers access to farms, ensure hitch-free planting season. That's the defense headquarters. 149 Nigerians repatriated from Niger. And federal government inaugurates panel for Naira-based crude sale. Motorists lament traffic snarl as Julius Berger resumes work on Long Bridge. Minor stabs. 2 siblings remanded in Ekiti juvenile home. And then prices skyrocket as petrol scarcity bites harder. Power tariff. ASU demands reversal. Varsities bills jump by 300%. Next is New Telegraph newspaper. ACF to federal government. Don't ignore reasons for hardship protests. And then we have Finland to federal government. We are taking actions on Simon Ekpa's case. Attempt at disrupting Edo election will be treated as assault on democracy. That's the NSA. And then on the bottom strip, WHO declares monkeypox global health emergency. 56.9% of under 5 children in Kano stunted. That's according to UNICEF. And above the nameplate, federal government battles foreign insurers over 2.5 trillion naira war risk premium. CBN economy contracted for 13 straight months in July. You can read that up on page 25. Next is Leadership newspaper. Amid food inflation, Nigeria risks generation of children with low IQ. And then you see the infographics of Nigeria's malnutrition reality. 1 in 3, 1 in every 3 Nigerian children experiences food poverty, etc. Federal government develops mobile app for citizens to report crimes. You see that on page 6. Jigawa flood death toll rises to 16. 3,936 displaced. That's according to State Emergency Management Agency. Federal government releases duty waiver guidelines on food items. Bogus pay, Senate mum over Senator Kawu's disclosure. Economic activities drop for 13th month in July. That's according to CBN. And then I have no apologies for criticizing Tinubu's policies. Bauchi governor. Protesters took away Ganduje trial documents. Kano government. Next is the Daily Times. National security, a top priority of my administration, says President Tinubu, restates federal government's commitment to invest substantially in military-industrial complex. And then above the nameplate, federal government assures content creators of adequate compensation. Identity theft, Sanwo-Olu seeks robust data protection. Manufacturers recommend solutions as confidence index drops in second quarter of 2024. Jonathan calls for church-led health revolution in Nigeria. On the bottom strip, stakeholders warn of rising costs, disruptions at Nigerian ports amid FX volatility. Last with me here is, okay, not the last, but Blueprint is next. DICON Act 2023 will greatly impact war against terrorism, kidnapping, others. That's according to President Tinubu. Signs Memorandum of Understanding with Naseni Defense Ministry. To arrest hunger, federal government rolls out guidelines on zero duty for food items. Says company must be Nigeria incorporated, operational, paid taxes for 5 years. Those importing maize, wheat or beans must be agricultural companies. That's according to NCS, and temporary measure not to undermine long-term strategies. And then end bad governance. ACF condemns looting, destruction during protest. My monthly take-home is 21 million naira, says Senator Kawu. That's about it for the blueprints. And the Nigerian Tribune is the next. Confusion triggers fresh debate over senators' pay package. Ramfak, 7 ex-senators quote different figures. I earn 21 million naira monthly, Senator Sumaila. WHO declares Mpox global public health emergency. Ondo 2024, Mimiko's political associates join APC. AU appoints Pantami as co-chairman of 4th Industrial Revolution Policy Council. Outrage forces Reps Speaker to withdraw controversial counter-subversion bill. Hoodlums stole documents on Gandoje's corruption charges from court, Kano government. And the customs list guidelines for implementation of zero duty on imported food items. Farmers raise the alarm over lack of rainfall in southwest. Fear food shortage. Cry out over investments. Olamide.
All right, so I'll begin here with the Daily News Hub. The big story here says the lawmakers' salary controversy. Kano Senator spills the beans. Counters RMAFC says, I take home 21 million naira monthly. Reps Speaker withdraws a controversial bill prescribing jail term for refusal to recite new national anthem. And on the top corner, protesters who looted Kano court carted away Gandoje's corruption trial documents. Interesting. That's according to the government. On the protest, ACF condemns violence, looting during the protest. Court remands a 12-year-old boy for stabbing brothers in Ekiti. In Ogun State, a group threatens lawsuit over alleged misappropriation of funds in Ijebu East. Threatens to petition the EFCC and the ICPC. A report here says Nigeria wasting rice, yam, fish amid food crisis. Some stories on the front page of the Daily News Hub to the Daily Independent. Reps Speaker withdraws bill to criminalize free speech. Others. The writer there says legal experts charge the National Assembly an inclusive approach to lawmaking. No apology for criticizing Tinubu's policies. That's according to Bauchi's governor. Another story here says, our security issues need government, society's approach. According to President Tinubu, Tribunal sacks PDP's Enugu House of Reps member. 56.9% of under 5 children in Kano stunted. That's a UNICEF report. Enugu PDP elects council chairmanship candidates across 17 local government areas. Governor Mbah commends exercise as peaceful and credible. Another story here says doctors threaten nationwide strike over abducted colleague. And on the Edo election, NSA once against disruption vows firm security measures. Some stories on the front page of Daily Independent to the first news. 21 million naira, 1 million naira, the true cost of a senator's monthly pay. That's the big question here. I earn 21 million naira monthly as a senator. Kawu refutes the RMAFC's 1 million naira claim. Sunny backs Kawu's claim, says my time as senator, and it was 13.5 million naira. And a picture story here shows President Bola Tinubu being received by Equatorial Guinea as first female prime minister upon arrival in Malabo yesterday for a 3-day visit to the country. Backlash forces Speaker Abbas to abandon national anthem jail term proposal. But Harcourt refinery nightmare continues as NNPCL fails early August promise. Another story here says Finland confirms legal action against Biafra's Simon Ekpa. WHO declares monkeypox surge in Africa a global public health emergency. President Tinubu approves 0% duty without exception on basic food items. Some stories on the front page of the first news to this. Nigeria's Ganduje's corruption case file stolen, says Yusuf. Aftermath of court invasion by protesters, Kano government assesses damage, reveals over 1 billion naira lost. FCTA kickstarts distribution of fertilizers to farmers. Tinubu approves appointment of 4 new permanent secretaries. 18 dead within 5 days in 3 Ogun Road crashes. NIPOS to offer 15% logistics discount to small businesses. Some stories on the front page of this Nigeria to Nigeria News Direct. On the counter-subversion bill, Rep Speaker bows to pressure, withdraws draft legislation. On the health insurance in Ogun State, Ogun reviews a scheme for a private sector, offers 50% subsidy for public servant. We will deploy full weight of the law to defend integrity of a Edo election. Consumer debt, vandalism hindering growth of the power sector. That's according to Adelabu. The federal government to establish ammunition production factory. DMO reopens 3 bonds valued at 190 million naira for subscription. Some stories on the front page of Nigeria News Direct to the Salient Times. The big story here says Nigeria's bond market slumps amidst regional uptick. We are taking actions against Simon Ekpa's case. Finnish government confirms. 67% of Nigerian doctors work in the United Kingdom. The federal government confirms. 12-year-old remanded for allegedly stabbing siblings in Ekiti. EFCC's 50 billion naira to Nile Fund, not a donation. Well, that's some stories on the front page of the Salient Times. And finally, on the Sporting Life, Victor Osimhen holding a Napoli hostage. Osimhen's wages scare Chelsea, Arsenal. Chelsea make improved offer for Felix and Bournemouth eye in Kechai to replace Solanke. And indeed, to wear number 6 for this season. Brentford hold firm on £60 million for Tony. Another story here says Sancho nears Man United exit after PSG talks. Some stories on the front page of the Sporting Life. Ibrahim.
Absolutely. So many stories for Nigerians to chew on this morning, and I believe that we've actually done our best to bring them up to speed and updated on the recent developments across the nation. Do stay with us here on TVC.